for this amazing cast and crew of Thug Life releasing on the 5th of June. Wow, I love the BGM, man, with all the booms. And all I want to say is that, अक्सर लोग थैंक यू कैसा लग रहा है यहाँ पे सबके साथ और ये जो रिस्पांस यहाँ मिल रहा है इस कमाल की टीम को यहाँ देख के फ्रंट रो में ऑल द एमिनेंट जर्नलिस्ट्स ऑल द फैंस दिस इज समथिंग एल्स
कौन सी भाषा में बात करो हिंदी में बात करो
हिंदी ट्रेलर लॉन्च किया है अभी है ना उसको आपको दिखाया है हिंदी से शुरू करते हैं अंग्रेजी जाएंगे मराठी तमिल सब करेंगे
ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு பாம்பேல வந்து நம்ம படத்தை இந்த ட்ரெய்லர் உங்க முன்னாடி பிரசன்ட் பண்றதுக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் உங்களுக்கு எப்படி பிடிச்சதா ட்ரெய்லர் நல்லா இருக்கா எனக்கு இந்த ஃப்ரண்ட் ரோல இருக்கிறத விட உங்க கூட உங்கள ஒரு ஆளா இருந்து விசில் போட்டு நல்லா என்ஜாய் பண்ணதா தோணுது
रोम्बा सॉलिड मैडम मतलब मैं तो यही बोलूंगा और अभी हिंदी में भी थोड़ा बताना पड़ेगा हाउ वाज इट वर्किंग विद कमल सर ऑफ कोर्स एक बहुत कमाल का रीयूनियन हुआ एंड वर्किंग विद दिस टीम टॉक टू अस अबाउट दैट प्लीज
ये व्हाट अ टीम दिस इज व्हाट अ टीम इनकी जो कॉम्बिनेशन है कभी कभार हमें देखने को मिलता है सो आफ्टर 36 years Kamal sir and Mani sir are joining and I think after Tenali Rahman sir and Kamal sir are joining right so that has also been a much awaited combination so the trio together the holy trifecta जैसा कुछ you know so इस टीम में मैं भी शामिल हूँ ये मेरे लिए बहुत बहुत ऑनर की बात है so I'm very happy to be here very happy to be a part of the team I will work with them a million times I will forgo anything and everything in my career to work with them for at least even a day so
wow
that's how
she said it of course she said it zordar thali abhirami ji ke liye ladies and gentlemen now I'd like to invite on stage as I was saying, you know, we have to fight it out because I believe आपने कहा you're like one of the biggest fans of the trio, the whole trio of cinema.
No, all of us are fans of them.
Right. And how is it working with them? You know,
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். It was wonderful. It's a dream come true to even have a small chat with them. And I got the opportunity to work with them. So it's a dream come true. And I think at the right point in my career, I could work with them. It kind of changed how I look at cinema. So I'm just grateful.
Thank you so much for being here and of course celebrating the trailer with all of us in Amchi, Mumbai. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'd like to invite on stage someone with her charm, grace and powerful performances. She is indeed one of the most loved and the biggest superstars of our time, ladies and gentlemen. Trisha, Krishnan ke liye ek baar zordar. Wow, so good to see you.
good to see you again
Thank you so much. Last time I clicked a selfie with her, मैं भी free fund में famous हो गया था थोड़ा सा. So I'm going to try that one more time. फिलहाल के लिए मैम, you know, talking about this project, you know, collaborating with the masters one more time. How was it for you? Please take us through that.
good evening vanakkam pretty much second what the both of them said. Dreams come true, but for me repeatedly, because I've worked individually with all of them in different films. So it's a surreal moment, and like Ashok said, it's so lovely not just to film, but to also share this whole journey of traveling together, promoting, spending so much time talking to them. You learn so much about cinema. Every day feels like a school of sorts.
Right. And Mani sir with his trademark smile, you know, how was it working with him? How was he on the sets in this particular project? Because Thug Life, you know.
Mani sir has a trademark smile. This was very different for me because I still remember when I first walked into Mani sir's office and he narrated a little line about the character. He said, I need you to unlearn everything that you did in PS. It's a complete extreme contrast of that kind of a role. So it was very challenging because I was a little, what's the right word, maybe
weary about would I suit this character or not, and so we worked a lot on that, and I'm very excited about it.
Sugar Baby is coming out tomorrow. We've seen the posters with you. So talk to us about that if you could,
Oh, that's one of my favorite numbers, and that was actually the last song I shot in the film.
Okay.
So that was, after we finished that song, it was a wrap for me. It's a beautiful song. I can't say too much about it, but I'm loving reading all the speculations about, oh, is this girl, first of all, is she paired opposite Kamal Haasan? Is she with Simbu? Now suddenly there's money floating around, so everybody's confused.
Right.
But let's just wait for June 5th.
We're definitely going to wait for it, of course. We'll get to see it soon. Now, I'm going to invite on stage this actor, singer, lyricist and director rolled into one electrifying personality, ladies and gentlemen. Silambarasan, sir. इतना ही कहना चाहूंगा कि STR बोलो, सिल्लू बोलो, Sir, I've seen, of course, I've seen your work. We can wait, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है अपने को. Simbu sir, इतना प्यार मिलता है every single time, and we've seen your, Latka Jhatkas on stage. Every time you're on that stage, you set it on fire. Lekin here, working with this team, in front of the camera with the legends, how was it for you? Talk to us about that. We'll come to that.
Vanakkam. First of all, very happy. I've worked with Mani sir before, but not worked with Kamal sir. So I think it was a great opportunity for me. I should thank Mani sir first. Thank you, sir. And with Kamal sir, more than everything while acting in the film, to see Kamal sir and Mani sir, like the way they are working, so that was more interesting. So I was just looking at that and I was just keeping myself, okay, I should also act well. So I should also concentrate on my work. So that's how it was for the first 2 days. So it was a great experience.
So what was that first scene like with Kamal sir? Because of course, sharing screen space with him is a big thing.
It was a little nervous in the beginning, but Kamal sir makes you, comfortable, and as well as Mani sir. Then Mani sir came and told me, don't worry about all that, you just do what you have to do. So they kept me, comfortable. So.
And then you got to shake a leg with him, of course, Sanya ke saath and Kamal sir ke saath, Jingucha. Talk to us about that also.
Yeah, so it was nice. It was a wedding song, and already the song is a big hit. But when the song came itself, I told Mani sir, the song is going to be a super hit, sir. So Rahman sir's song, whenever sir sends us the song, so sometimes I'll come to know, okay, this is going to be a banger. So that was one of the song, and it was fun. And dancing with Kamal sir, he's done enough, we can't even match him. So, but I've tried, that's all.
And you are super cool in that song and on that screen. Thank you so much for being here. Simbu sir ke liye zordar taaliyan ho jaye. Rahman, ladies and gentlemen. So he's standing on the same stage as Rahman sir. First of all, thank you so much. It's so good to see you. Sir, the first thing that came to your mind when you got to know the storyline of Thug Life, what was it like and where did it all start? Please talk to us about that, sir.
I was preparing some gangster tunes, melodies, and so the first lullaby which is here on the trailer that came in, and there's one very haunting voice which comes. I don't know what language it is, but that gave a very unique feel, and he really loved it.
So, who's the biggest OG thug, if you had to, tell us, amongst the three of you, or
Those two.
Those two? Oh, he said it. Those two. Okay. So, any thing in particular that happened while scoring for this film, like some instructions that you got from Mani sir or Kamal sir in particular?
With him, he said, "I want your full level of involvement in this."
Okay.
So I knew that he's a special child of him. So I told this when I came back to Mani sir. He said, Kamal sir told Mani this, I'm very excited. Let's do even more. Yeah.
And of course, वो दिख रहा है म्यूजिक में, इसीलिए यहाँ तालियां सीटियां बज रही हैं whenever we are talking about this song. Give it up for Mr. A.R. Rahman one more time, ladies and gentlemen. And now मेरी तरफ से भी वही to the power of 100. साथ में करेंगे थोड़ी देर में साहब. Welcome sir. Thank you so much. बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका. You know sir, first things first. What came to mind that you said, okay, I have to do Thug Life with Kamal Haasan sir? Like, what was the first draft like? What was the first page like? Talk to us about that, sir.
The first thing that came was Kamal Haasan, and then Thug Life came in. So then it started from there.
It started from there. So, and what was it like? What was the first conversation like, sir? Tell us.
Like it has always been, trying to see what movie you can make and how well you can make that. And so we talked of various things. And at the end of it, this is what we have come up.
And it is super Gen Z, sir. It is super Gen Z. A lot of people, you know, the Gen Zs are connecting with it and talking about it. So was that the idea? Like, you wanted to cater to them?
No, we are Gen Z.
We have to talk about the scale of the production and coming together of all these wonderful people, sir. Talk to us about that.
I think the scale is designed by the story. You know, whatever that demands is what you go towards. And it's always a pleasure, and it always makes the director's job easy, and you have the correct cast and crew. And I've been lucky to have the best, so it's been fantastic.
Wow. Give it up for Money, sir, one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Sir, there's this thing that I would want you to answer. You know, we know. We remember Kamal sir from a lot of his performances, but for Sadma Mein, he's on that platform, you know, that is something that has been etched in our memories forever and ever, you know. So for you, what was that first impression of Kamal Haasan? So because I know this collaboration is it goes back ages, but what is that one thing that you remember Kamal Haasan sir for?
No, strangely, I remember when he was planning Sadma in Tamil, and I think this is a story that I've heard, so that is what etched in my mind, that when he heard the narration and he came back, he enacted that scene in this compound to tell them what the scene was, So that's the kind of person he was, and I was lucky that I could, before I got into it, or just when I was trying to get into it, to be able to interact with him. So I knew, there was somebody who was making a big path for all of us to come in, and that's what he's done.
Seriously, give it up for Kamal Haasan Sahab, and of course, Mani Ratnam Sahab, and of course, the entire team here, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time to invite on stage a true icon of Indian cinema, an actor, director, writer, singer, and a visionary whose career spans over 6 decades, ladies and gentlemen. Someone who's never shied away from pushing boundaries, redefining.
We are ultimately, the qualification that brought us here is that, like you, we have fans, film buffs. That's what brought us here. We'll go to any set to watch anybody work, especially those who we consider as talented. We'd like to watch them work, and that's what we did.
Wow, wow. We were just talking about Gen Zs, right? And that relatability factor. Just look at Kamal Haasan, sir, and his
Agreed, and we sat together, and it was not a negotiation, it's a plan, which maybe others could follow, and it'll make the industry healthy. And we are glad that we were the first to be there, to avail of that opportunity.
Amazing, sir. Amazing. Thank you so much for that. Of course, we get to see the movie in theaters on the 5th of June. और उसके बाद 8 हफ्ते बाद OTT पे आएगी. बड़े दिनों बाद ऐसा कुछ एक arrangement, और जैसा सर ने कहा, किसी ने कुछ दबाव किसी पे नहीं डाला. ये बस एक plan था जो कि हो गया. We'll quickly get the chance. Thank you. Questions that our friends from the media, they've shared with us. Kamal sir, we have the first question for you, and this is from Sohail F. Fidai Saab from Instant Bollywood. He wants to know, the title Thug Life has intrigued many. What does it signify to you, and why did you and the team feel it was the perfect title for this story, sir?
We were thinking of... Okay. we were looking at various titles. We kept telling each other various titles. During the conversation, he suddenly said, "Okay," for one title. So it just popped up, and so he said, "That's it," and that's how it happened. That's how quickly it happened. As a matter of fact, for a moment, I didn't understand whether he's saying we'll talk about it again tomorrow, or okay, we'll meet tomorrow, which means it's okay. I understood it afterwards.
Okay, so the next question is from Samina from Zoom. You've pulled off many intense action sequences over the years. In Thug Life, which action scene pushed you to your physical and emotional limit the most, sir?
Action scenes, you can't be very emotional. So if somebody will get hurt. So, what you see here is not an easy thing to do. And we had great stunt team and stunt directors. So we did it all without injury to anyone, which is a great thing to begin with. Then the fight looks good. But what we owe to fellow human beings is nobody should get hurt. And that happened in this film. Nobody got hurt, and we are happy to have finished such a difficult action scene like that. And that was. Otherwise, this film is not all about only that. When you ask about emotions, there's a lot of it in the film.
It's not just action, it's much more than that. Sibu sir, we have a question for you from a dialogue that gave you goosebumps during filming. What would that be, sir?
One which you guys see in the trailer, अब से मैं हूँ यहाँ का मेरा शक्तिवेल that one.
How cutely he said that, right? Of course. बिल्कुल मेरी तरफ से भी आपको उतना ही सारा.
Most of it, yeah, but I think it's something which I've not played before, and the character has a kind of a pain, so that was very important to maintain in all the scenes. And of course Mani sir is there in case if I go somewhere wrong, he'll come and tell me what to do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely, sir. Trisha ma'am, this one, he wants to know what was the most thrilling or memorable part of working alongside Kamal Haasan sir and the cast in this movie, Thug Life?
The very fact, this combination, right? Like I have individually worked with them, but to see them together, and even for me, I've grown up watching Nayakan. So I wanted to see how would a Mani sir and a Kamal sir be on set, and how would it be working with them in the same frame. So that itself was, there was a certain anticipation we all had as actors, just to see like, wow, to see them together after 36 years again.
Right. Audience truly expect from this film beyond the action and the grandeur.
Like he told me, he drew me to Thug Life title. It was his idea, and it just felt right. We've been searching, and it just felt right. And I told you, we are Gen Z, so Thug Life works. And this film is it's actually a very emotional drama within a world of crime. So action is inbuilt into it, but it also is a very emotional story between several characters.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Rehman sir, this one's for you. You and together, and how it continues to evolve with this movie, Thug Lives.
It's quite the same. We try to discover something to enhance the movie, or to push what we can do cinematically. We're still trying to do that, and constantly trying to refine and.
Celebrated as the original pan-India star long before the term became a trend.
That's not all my doing. Most of it was your doing, and then Mr. K. Balachandran. He picked me up and brought me here. It worked, and they made it work. Utna hi.
Especially.
It was really nostalgic thing, because when I was a young kid, that time my dad used to show me his movies and tell me like and that's how I started looking at Kamal sir as a on-screen guru he was. So suddenly one day you're like acting next to him, so that was really a great feeling, and there's a lot to learn from Kamal sir. And if I start talking about it, I can talk till tomorrow. Like, so I don't want to like. But acting with your guru itself, like that gives you a great, very special feeling. So thank you, sir, for everything, and thanks to Mani sir as well. Thank you.
I think with a title like Thug Life, you can't but do action sequence, and it has to fit, emotionally right also. And I think it gives you a liberty to be able to convert it into a lyrical form only because masters have done it before. There have been Sergio Leones and there have been Kurosawas who've told you that action need not be, less lyrical, and that gives us a target, or that gives us a bar to which you aim.
Right. Thank you, sir. Yes, that one thing.
Do you see the three people here? Do I need to say more? That's why that's it. I mean, the moment I walked into Madras Talkies and met with Mani sir and he told me that you have a part in this movie, I didn't even want to know what part it was. I'm like, yes, tell me where to sign.
Right. And once you were done shooting for the movie, what was that first thing that you told yourself? Khud ko kya bola ye karne ke baad? Because this is a big thing.
Feels like I finally made it.
Wow. After excellence, itne sare saal tak itna kamal karne is here. But what is that one thing of Thug Life that's forever gonna be with you? And where would you see that in your filmography? Abira Dhar ka sawal hai, please.
This is the most special film, and I'm pretty sure this will be the most special film because I am working with all my heroes, all my gurus to be precise. So it's a really special film. This will be the crown of the jewel.
Right. Thank you so much. Sir,
It's been the same. I think he was equally involved in Nayakan. I mean, there's a lot of things in Nayakan, which is, from him, from how he's performed and how he's made it alive and things like that. And he continues to do that after all these years.
Right.
He adds so much value to the scene that, it just, you can see it grow in front of your eyes. You can, as a director, you can, take a back seat and watch something happening in front of you.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. The album's sound is shaped by Mani sir's vision. You have to talk to us about that. And after so many iconic collaborations, what made Thug Life feel like another chapter worth composing for? Shweta from News. So how was it? What was the album sound?
So sound, what we do is normally when he tells me the story, I'll send him ideas. I'll collect the best ones, and I feel like whatever is new, I'll send him. And then he'll try to see whether he can fit that idea into the movie. And if it fits, he'll come and tell me number 3, number 7, number 25. Not 25. So he said, we don't call a singer. Whoever comes that day, they will sing. In this case, there was Charulata Mani, a Carnatic singer, who comes in to wish me or something. She fully dressed up. I said, why don't we try this lady? And then she comes in and we chain the key to her key, and then she did the beginning of the Tamil one. So yeah, we have fun.
We're also having a lot of fun, sir. Listening to the wonderful music here. Of course, Mani sir, this one's for you. How did this ensemble come together, sir? You brought in some of the finest talents from across the country. Was it by design or by evolution? Neha from Mashable would want to know, sir.
Well, I call them up and say, please act in my film. I have a role for you. Please act in it, because I think you'll be perfect for it. And sometimes they're very nice and they say yes, and that's how it happens.
Sometimes they say they are. Thank you.